Hi Virgo, welcome to your reading. It's my pleasure to read for you per the usual. As you also know, you don't have to have any specific Virgo placements anywhere in your natal chart for this message to be for you, and you don't have to be watching at the time that it's published for the messages to be for you as well. If you're here and something resonates, then chances are it's for you, but of course, please use your discernment, capital D, and cycle it through your heart and really just go with that. If you'd like to work more personally with me, you know exactly where to find me. Bing! All of the information for my Etsy page is on the page that you're watching. Oh, and also if something doesn't resonate with you, I invite you to step back and then come back and see if it resonates at that time. Okay? All right, so interestingly, Virgo, some Halloween energies. I say Halloween because that's the energy frequency that I'm feeling for whatever reason. Those energies are pretty prominent in your chart. I always say chart, but in your spread, in your energy right now. And they're giving me a kind of feeling like there's something that maybe you've been working on, and I'm talking about spiritually in terms of your lessons. There's something that you're kind of going through. Feels like you're on your third time, maybe second or third cycle. And it's about trying to get something, not to say right. Yeah, it is, because as I look down, they showed me this cute little pen here. It has a 3. Yeah, it feels like your third cycle almost. And that third cycle will be up around the end of October. So whatever it is that you've been kind of working on and embodying and really experiencing, just keep going at it. Some of you may immediately know what that is. For somebody here, it has something to do with a shop. Interesting, but not everybody, obviously. Oops. What else? I'm also getting that you may have been given some type of medicine that's curative. Notice the words. I don't know why it's being highlighted like that, but curative. Some type of medicine that's curative. Oh, I see what they're saying. Okay. Somebody here, or a few of you, may have been trying to heal something or go through something or remedy something in your field. Now that could be in your physical body, or it could be some type of behavioral pattern, or it could be some energy that you're trying to move from the energy anatomy. For example, if you've got some energies that are concentrated around the liver, maybe you've been trying to shift that energetically, or in the throat chakra or something like that. And I'm getting that maybe some of you may have started to wander. It's interesting they're saying like that. Wander into the idea of taking substances or something to remedy that. As I said that, I just felt like someone's energy was like, oh, like that's me. Okay. Your guides, God bless them, are gently like whoop, 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 wrangling you back in. So let's talk about that. Now, as you know, on this channel, we definitely talk a lot about energy work, and I do energy healing, so I'm in the field and I see these things. So, but I understand that a lot of times the advice that comes through here for proper energetic hygiene and care runs counter to things that are considered legal, or things that are considered recreational, or just whatever, or even be synonymous with spirituality and tapping into creativity and all that. And you could you can insert whatever substance that is for you, because there's so many, right? But I just want you to know that take that as it comes, because a lot of people who experiment with certain things, it's not compatible with their energy system. And in fact, it creates clogs. Clogs. I don't think I've said that out loud in such a long time. Clogs. Blockages and clogs, and throws the body out of whack. That doesn't mean that some people are not directed to explore themselves and to really open up in that way, using whether it's ayahuasca or mushrooms or marijuana or just whatever. And I can just see this video just I don't know, all those terms that YouTube would just love to hear, right? Whatever it is, I'm not out here, trying to be the iron fist or something like that. All I'm saying is that be very careful and mindful of your why. Why am I getting into this? Because a lot of times people just go boom, straight for those things without realizing that even though these things are natural and organic, and yes, the land grows it and stuff, you can do all those things with your own body. And sometimes a lot of the people who do just go straight to experimenting or following some shaman into the woods and stuff, they actually should not be doing that, and they should be sitting down and meditating and conducting themselves in a different manner, right? It's not everybody that should follow those paths. So just putting that out there. So if anyone's like, there's nothing wrong with, I just want to let you know. And if you're watching this video and that message was for you, then you in particular are being wrangled back in, because you may be starting to like gravitate towards considering doing certain things in order to tap into some whatever it is that you think you need to be tapping into, and the guides are saying no, that's not for you. All right, so if you'd like to have more information about that and you're wondering if that's you, or you're just curious, you know exactly where to find me. Etsy. Actually, guys, come hit me up, because I'm believe it or not, coming up on my 500th paid session. Now, I also call myself the pro bono queen, because I've done like more than 500 for free, for more than 500 readings for free. And I just get a kick out of the fact that I'm getting to 500 paid sessions over Etsy, although I've taken paid sessions outside of Etsy. But anyway, whatever, my point is. So feel free, if you want to help push me over that, you can. Speaking of moving forward, here's the Chariot card. Now, they're bringing me back to this message about the substances. The reason why also is because I see there's something kind of coming up for you. See how this is coming up? It's like it's kind of being delivered a little bit. This is interesting. Okay, they're not going to let me get off this point. Okay, so hear me out. Hear me out about this. As you know, these days, a lot of us are going through some major energetic upgrades in the field. All right. I know some people are like, but what does that mean? And blah, blah, blah. Just don't worry about it. Just trust me. It's happening. Okay. And so sometimes it's very, very important for you to keep your channel, your body, your mind, your spirit, all of that as clear as possible, because you don't know what's coming in for you. And I'm seeing here in particular, there's some work being done on the DNA structures, also on certain templates. Some of you are getting crystalline upgrades and things like that to your templates. And so if you're like feeling the feels like, wow, you may be perceiving something's happening, you're shifting, and you may be having experiences like, wow, I'm thinking differently, I'm having these lucid dreams, and I want to push the envelope and see what else I can do. Now is not the time to go and do something else. Now is the time to sit and receive. And the reason why is because as I'm seeing these energetic upgrades coming in and being kind of locked into place, especially the DNA stuff I'm seeing here for some of you, it's almost like it would be obstructed if you were to go out and then, let's say, go into the Amazon and try something, or let's go on a retreat and let's, and also, yes, that goes for those of you who just do drugs. I'm just going to say who do drugs recreationally. God bless. I'm not out here judging. I'm just delivering the message, right? But if you do that recreationally, now might be a good time to just kind of like abstain from a lot of those things, because, yeah. And I just want to say that, for example, anesthesia, oh my God, thank you, Jesus, thank you, God, thank you, Shiva, thank you, Krishna, thank you, whoever, thank you to our scientists who have brought through anesthesia, because we need it. But that being said, just from an energy healing position, you can see anesthesia in the energy field for like a decade later, just so you know. It's in there, right? And so if that's something that you only do like when you need it, and what do you think is happening when you're putting these other things into your body for so long and just recreationally all the time? And and those moments you're kind of like falling back onto functioning with something, whether you're saying you're connecting, or you're speaking with your guides, or you're drawing, or just whatever it is, or just having a good time. That's all well and good, right? But when you're in those states, they're technically an altered state. And so you're not in your state. And so you see, you want to make sure that you're in your state, especially if you're receiving a lot of these things. And I'm not going to go fully into talking about how when we are out of our mind with certain things and out of our body with certain things, that, you know, you're just leaving yourself wide open for psychic attack and entity attachments and all of that stuff. So I just want you to know that you have to be mindful about who, just as I was saying that, look at this, about who you go to for these kinds of things. Just because someone is wearing like a little poncho, or they're wearing, or they said they're this level master or whatever, does not mean that they're qualified or fit to lead you, right? Maybe for somebody else, sure. But when your energy field gets into connection with their energy field, it could be toxic, depending on what's going on in both of your fields, right? Hold on. So I'm not trying to like bust any parties up. That's not the case. I'm just delivering a message, and today that is the case, what's coming up, and for whomever, you know, that's for. Why were these two cards the same ones that fell? And I just shuffled them and they came right back out. Okay. Now let's talk a little bit, just as I said, I'm seeing somebody creeping up behind you. I just opened this up. Look, here's the Emperor. Now let's talk a little bit here, about some stuff. There's a sense of partnership. 11 minutes, 22 seconds as I looked up. There's a sense of partnership coming in. Of course, for some of you guys, this could be referencing twin stuff, or, you know, whether or not it's actually a twin, your belief in this twin, or just whatever. This could be a reference to that duality here. I'm being asked to, hold on. Let me just make sure I'm getting this message coming through properly. Thank you. Thank you. The guides are saying these energies, and this could also be referring to some of you who are dealing with someone in the physical, right? Maybe there's someone who has their eye on you, they like you, or you're in something, there's a situationship or something like that. Spirit is saying, this could also be if you're actually involved, if you're married, or if you're with a partner for reals, and they're displaying, I wanted to say creepy behavior, but furtive behavior. They're being a little secretive, more so than usual, and your spidey senses are going off. Guides are saying that you do not have to, like, if it's the real deal, if it's someone who's coming from their heart, if it's in, whether they're a non-physical being or they're in the physical, they don't need to creep around you. They don't need to come behind you. They will come and meet you head on. Okay, let's talk about this in terms of the non-physical. Some of you are saying that you're connecting with twins, and again, come see me if you're like, is this my twin, is this not? And I'm just saying that there are people who are on the twin flame journey, but I'm willing to let you know that probably most of the people who say that they are experiencing those things are actually dealing with other stuff in the non-physical, and they are in need of grounding and all sorts of stuff. Always remember that we can see signs to support anything, right? It's just you have to learn discernment. Sometimes that is the greatest teacher for people who are going through that. But that being said, this is a lesson in discernment that's coming through for some of you who may be feeling that you're like interacting with a twin or just something like that. Just be mindful and remember that these energies, if you know, like, let's say, for example, if you know that you struggle and you're in pain a lot because you're going through stress with these energies, and you're feeling yearning and you're feeling confusion and all of this and that, you have to understand that sometimes your guides and your angels, and yes, maybe even the non-physical being that is for reals, interacting with you for these alchemical purposes, they will not always bombard you. They will stand back and actually give you your space because they understand that you're going through some things right now. But if you're dealing with an entity or an energy or a twin or just whatever it is that is just coming at you, you're constantly feeling their energy, this and that, and you're on the rails, and this is something to be mindful about. Right? Always remember that when it comes to dealing with the non-physical space, you are not the only being out here. And a lot of you are rushing to open those pineals. But if you really could see what was there, you would probably you'd probably want to read the manual first. And so the manual reminds you that you have a claim to your own space, And just because someone's coming knocking doesn't mean you have to answer. And a lot of times people just walk right in, and those are the ones to get rid of.